Hello, I am Kenneth Culprit.
I'm Allison Hacker.
I'm April Locke.
I'm Allie McCarthy.
And I'm Ashley White, and we're all engineering students from Worcester Polytechnic Institute from Worcester, Massachusetts. We've been working on a project with the University of Worcester to engage the community through a Go Green Week initiative. The University of Worcester adopted a sustainability policy in 2007, and it's been reviewed and updated every year since its establishment. The overarching goal of the policy is to promote a wide variety of sustainable principles through teaching, research, and activities. By promoting these policies, the university hopes to promote sustainable communities, services, and use of physical resources. The Sustainability Department on campus actively works to develop local, regional, national, and international networks to develop the school's sustainability agenda. The University of Worcester takes its responsibility to the environment very seriously, which is evidenced by its first-class achievement in the People and Planet's Green League table. People and Planet is a network of student-led campaign groups in the UK with the goal of empowering young people with resources to induce change both at home and globally. In 2007, the organization began publishing an annual People and Planet's Green League, which ranks universities in the UK based on their environmental and ethical performances. The University of Worcester has achieved class honors for the last 8 years from the University Green League, and in 2016, the university ranked 5th out of 150 universities. The figure on the slide summarizes the 2016 results for the University of Worcester in regard to the sustainable practices evaluated by the University Green League. In addition to the Green League, People and Planet also promotes an annual Go Green Week in the month of February. It's meant to allow students to take initiative in climate change and provides a unique opportunity for students to lead events with the goal of raising awareness about sustainability. Ideally, participants will learn about proper sustainable practices and become part of the movement towards a sustainable future. The University of Worcester adopted the Go Green Week a few years back, and it's evolved into a week-long series of activities revolving around nature, food and health, transport, reuse and recycle, and energy. It's organized by first-year students enrolled in a Sustainability 1001 elective, and the most recent Go Green Week was held from February 6th to February 11th, with an outline of activities shown on the slide. At the end of the week, students assemble a video clip, and a student report is written and published on the university's website.
There are several definitions for sustainability. For our project, we defined sustainability using the 3 pillars based from the Brundtland Commission. The 3 pillars include environmental protection, social equality, and sustainable economic development. Environmental protection involves practices such as conserving resources, reducing pollution, and properly disposing of waste. Social equality involves ensuring that all members of communities have equal access to resources in their daily lives. Sustainable economic development involves businesses attempting to enhance their profits and sales while being mindful of the resources they are using in the process. The University of Worcester would like to encompass all of these aspects in its sustainable initiatives. Community support is beneficial when trying to promote a sustainable initiative. With community participation, sustainable initiatives are more likely to be successful in the long term.
The university's community engagement ties into a long-term goal of the City of Worcester to become a transition town. Transition Network is a global movement which encourages communities to rebuild the world and reimagine the future. The City of Worcester aims to develop a sustainable community and encourages behaviors which are less harmful to the environment. The Transition Worcester initiative began in 2009 and focuses on making Worcester a sustainable town. It originally began as a collection of environmental groups called One Planet in 2007. Their efforts are centered around food, energy, transport, and raising awareness. Their organization's long-term goal is to gain full membership in the Transition Network. The university plays a vital role in this project because the university makes up a significant part of the community. Through this organization, the city hopes to improve community outreach and advocate sustainable practices. With Worcester's Transition Town initiative in mind, the University of Worcester aspires to bring their sustainable practices into the greater Worcester community. Our sponsor, Katie Boom, who is the Director of Sustainability at the university, is interested in using the university's successful Go Green Week model to achieve this ambition. The goal of our project was to take the University of Worcester's Go Green Week model and develop it to engage the Worcester community and promote sustainable practices.
To successfully engage the community in sustainability initiatives, the 6P framework developed by researcher Linda Tu should be implemented. Psychological, physical, personal, public, price, and policy are the factors that make up this framework. Several universities have implemented the 6P framework on campus, resulting in positive response. Universities have also taken on the responsibility to promote sustainability off campus. The best opportunity to do this is to create a balanced relationship between the community, university, and city. Specifically to the Go Green Week, we aim to implement the 6P framework, focusing on physical, personal, and public. Additionally, we work to build on the relationship with the university, city, and community.
We accomplished our goal through the following objectives. First, we gauged the interest of the community and evaluated the available resources. Next, we gained endorsement, sponsorship, and support from local businesses and organizations. We then hosted a Go Green Week that was engaging and raised awareness. Following our event, we created a metric to measure the impact and effectiveness. This enabled us to endorse future sustainable endeavors and contribute to the city's long-term goals. Our final objective was to formulate recommendations for future Go Green Weeks.
Additionally, we have created a Gantt chart which outlines a timeline of the tasks we aim to accomplish during our 7 weeks. As you can see, many of the tasks overlap because most of our objectives are implemented continuously throughout our time at the project site. This schedule will hopefully help us successfully reach our goal of bringing the Go Green Week into the community.
We held a meeting with representatives from the University of Worcester, Heart of Worcestershire College, the Worcester City Council, the Worcestershire County Council, and the Worcester Business Improvement District to determine how they wanted to collaborate with us in formation of and during the Go Green Week. This meeting was important for us to conduct with our sponsor, Katie Boom, because all attendees are key stakeholders in the Go Green Week event. Participants in this meeting also expressed their main concerns with respect to sustainability in the city. These concerns include littering, particularly of cigarette butts, and bike thefts. We met with University of Worcester students that have collaborated with our sponsor, Katie Boom, in the past to gain insight in the challenges that they face when planning and hosting the Go Green Week on campus. The students also provided us with advice about their successes and failures, which helped us make decisions when planning the Go Green Week in the community.
Sponsorship was an important part of our project and is essential within a community because it creates a connection between the business and citizen that isn't about consumer needs. Businesses have a social responsibility to contribute to the community rather than focus strictly on sales because businesses need to give back to the community that supports them. As well as providing prizes and/or publicity from the event which can help boost their popularity and sales, sponsorship allows employees to do volunteer work which promotes sustainability in the community, at home, as well as in the office.
To gain sponsorship for the Go Green Week event, we approached several businesses in the city center. We focused on sustainable businesses first and then extended our efforts to other businesses in the community. We explained the Go Green Week to the businesses and outlined the benefits for them if they were to participate in the week. Several businesses were eager to help with the event by contributing material items.
Borrowing from the University of Worcester's Go Green Week model, we developed a week of engaging activities for the Worcester community. We aimed to address the main concerns that were discussed at the initial stakeholders meeting. During the planning of Go Green Week, we worked with the City Council to ensure we met all rules and regulations. In order to host a public event in the city, organizers must have risk assessments, public liability insurance, booking forms, and a merchant's license if goods are being sold. In order to advertise Go Green Week to the community, we utilized the Worcester Business Improvement District to distribute a newsletter to businesses throughout the city of Worcester. Additionally, we posted this newsletter on our sponsor's blog, Suss Things Out. On social media, we created a public Facebook event. We posted on this event page in the days leading up to the Go Green Week to try to generate interest and excitement in our event. Additionally, we posted on the University of Worcester's Sustainability Department's Instagram each day during the week to promote the varying activities. These posts sparked conversation with environmental groups around the world. We also handed out flyers to businesses prior to the event and to participants during the week. Go Green Week in the community was held from April 18th to the 22nd. These dates provided increased footfall in the city center due to the Easter holiday. The downside was that the University and Heart of Worcestershire College staff and students were not around to participate. The events took place at the Guild Hall, which is home to the City Council, and at Crown Gate Shopping Center, which is a privately owned venue. Crown Gate allowed us to include organizations that wanted to sell items, as privately owned venues do not require a merchant's license. Loyalty cards were handed out to participants to encourage people to come back each day and engage in activities. For each activity they went to, participants received a stamp. Once they have filled their card, they received a chili plant. In addition to chili plants, we had giveaways from businesses that were raffled off. Chili plants were ultimately used to encourage participants to take our survey. Go Green Week kicked off with an event called Feed the 1000. This event was sponsored by Love Food, Hate Waste and the Worcestershire County Council. The event aims to highlight the amount of food a family of 4 wastes each year and promotes ways to prevent food waste. We hosted a sustainability fair during the week promoting Worcester Roots, We're Waste, Energize Worcester, University of Worcester's White Bag Project, Spokes, Worcestershire County Council's Compost Bin Demonstration, and Marks & Spencer's Clothing Drive. Additional activities throughout the week included an interactive art display with Christina Pop, reused carnival games, and Transition Worcester's Nissan Leaf display.
We also had a community-wide litter pick and separated rubbish from cigarette butts. This is because we learned that littering cigarette butts is an issue in the Worcester community. We discovered a program called TerraCycle that collects cigarette butts for free and recycles them into plastic materials such as tabletops and boards. We used this initiative in our litter picks and mailed the cigarette butts to TerraCycle. To address bike theft, we had a police officer present on one of our days of the week to talk about cycle security. We ended our week on Earth Day to further emphasize the importance of living sustainably. Students represented the Worcester Arts Workshop and had a piece of artwork for the community to paint that promoted sustainability. This helped promote the Worcester Arts Workshop, involving an important organization in the community. The final product was hung in the workshop.
We used 2 surveys for our Go Green Week. One survey was distributed during the event, and one was sent after via email. We collected qualitative and quantitative data after the week to measure our success. First, we asked basic demographic questions such as age, gender, education, and location to help us determine if there are correlations between these sustainable ideas with different demographic groups within the Worcestershire County. The initial survey allowed our group to gauge the participants' understanding of sustainability and certain sustainable ideas. The next section on our initial survey also had the participants rank the importance of certain sustainable practices, which will be shown on the next slide. On the slide is an example of some of the qualitative questions we asked in our initial survey that was given at the Green Week. On the slide is an example of a quantitative style question that was also on our first survey. After the events, we will ask participants if they are more likely to change their behaviors with certain sustainable activities. After the survey, we will also send out another survey to the participants to gather information on how much they enjoyed the week and where they think their improvements could be made. We want to make sure that the events can be improved throughout the years and make the events as effective as possible. This is because we want the Go Green Week in the community to be an annual event. In order to do this, we need to make sure that the community gets what they want and also what they need. We also posted this follow-up survey on our Facebook page to try and receive more feedback about the week.
The first survey also collected demographic data which allowed us to analyze correlations that may exist between population demographics and sustainability behaviors. We found that 70% of the survey participants were female, and about 30% were male, which isn't reflective of the 2011 Worcestershire County Census, which the split was closer to being 50-50. We also found that there was a relatively widespread age distribution, as outlined in the upper left-hand figure. Most of the participants fell within the age range of 35 to 44. However, this contradicts our own observation that mostly elderly people attended the event. Upon further reflection, we concluded that their numbers are not fully represented because they did not always participate in the survey, even though they engaged in sustainability conversations with us. We find it interesting that out of 105 surveys, 93 participants think it is important to conserve resources for future generations, while 21 participants don't actually see the world having issues with access to natural resources in the future. These numbers are disproportionate, suggesting that some of the 64 citizens may be aware that they should conserve natural resources, but instead prioritize their own needs and do not take action. We found that on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most important, citizens rank sustainable practices very highly. The data indicate citizens are aware of and have already adopted several practices. When we read the survey to older participants, they constantly remarked that is important and always to several of the practices that they had ranked. Additionally, we found that people enjoyed sharing why they partake in certain sustainable practices and why it's important to do these things. We can conclude from these encounters and remarks that people are proud of their sustainable efforts. The sustainable practice that was perceived to be the least important is eating locally grown food. In conversation, citizens admitted that they gave this practice a lower ranking because it is difficult to access locally grown food. This correlates to the social aspect of sustainability. It is important to ensure that sustainable practices are available to all members of the community in order to work towards being truly sustainable. If locally grown food is not easy for citizens to purchase, then the community will not buy it because it's not convenient to obtain.
An ongoing project at the University of Worcester that we contributed to is the Interactive Google Maps project. This project shows a map of the Worcester City Center and allows users to upload artwork, photographs, and videos to share their ideas. We contributed to this project by creating a sustainability trail of businesses that participated in our Go Green Week. We uploaded the video and audio recordings from interviews we had with business owners and managers. We asked them questions pertaining to sustainability, such as how sustainability helps their businesses and what visions they have for the future. We found that their main concern with the City of Worcester was recycling. They remarked that it was difficult and costly for businesses to recycle, so they have to do it themselves.
When planning the event, it is important to reach out to businesses and organizations as early as possible for Go Green Week participation. The turnover time for the Go Green Week was between 4 to 5 weeks, which was not enough time for us to get as many organizations as we had hoped to participate in the event. Based on these observations, we suggest it would be best to reach out to organizations in an earlier planning phase. We observed that receiving monetary funding from businesses was very challenging. It was very difficult to gain sponsorship for the Go Green Week, and we discovered that the majority of large chain businesses cannot donate money or items as they are restricted by their headquarters. Because it takes several weeks to get permissions from corporate, we suggest that if future Go Green Week teams are hoping to gain sponsorship from chains, they may have more success if they get in touch with managers before arriving in Worcester to start the process. Citizens tend to be more attracted to the event when there are free samples and giveaways. Once they are drawn in with the free items, it's easier to speak with them about the Go Green Week and expose them to sustainable practices being promoted. We observed that people are also more likely to take surveys when there is incentive to receive free items. We recommend that it would be beneficial to start advertising along with finalizing the schedule sooner. Many of our attendees discovered our event by chance as they were passing by and did not know about Go Green Week beforehand. We believe the Facebook event and Worcester Bid advertising efforts were beneficial, however, they were implemented too late to be truly effective. We propose having the event start later in the day. Our observations suggest that the Worcester City Center is most populated in the afternoon, so we suggest starting the activities around 11 or 11:30 a.m. and going until 4:30 p.m. We observed that having 2 locations was beneficial for our event. However, we suggest hosting activities outside of the gates of Guildhall. Crown Gate was a busy venue, however, people tended to have more time to engage with us on Saturday, so we suggest focusing events in Crown Gate on the weekends.
We observed that the Go Green Week focused primarily on the environmental aspect of sustainability. In order to become a sustainable transition town, we propose the City of Worcester works to promote all aspects of sustainability. We suggest that future green initiatives address the other aspects of sustainability that are outlined in the 3 pillars. We suggest that in future years, the University and City of Worcester can promote social equality by considering ways to make recycling more accessible for all businesses regardless of their size. We also suggest that the city promotes its affordable and accessible public transportation to strengthen its social sustainability. Overall, we hope that our project helped contribute to the city's long-term goal of becoming a sustainable town.